Hi, it's Jeff Wade here with stockideas.org, and today I just want to do a quick book review of The Great Deformation by David Stockman. This book is about the corruption of capitalism in America. Exciting stuff, right? So as you can see, this book is quite a beast. It comes in at about 700 pages, but I picked it up because, well, one of my friends lent it to me actually, and he was really harping about it and recommending it, so I thought I would dig into it. So if you don't know who David Stockman is, he's been involved in government and finance in the States for the last 35, 40 years maybe, working both in government, in the Treasury Department, and in private equity at Blackstone, amongst other things. So he certainly has a front row seat to finance and corporate finance and politics in America over the last 40 years or so. So he's definitely well served to write this massive book. And, basically, this is just a 700-page rant about how the free money policies of the Federal Reserve have created all kinds of dysfunction and deformation in capital markets, on Wall Street, on K Street, in terms of Washington lobbyists, and just kind of details how the sort of way back root causes of the 2008 financial crisis, and sort of what kind of preceded that, what sowed the seeds for it, and he gives tons of detail and case studies along the way of where things went wrong, what should have been done instead of what was done, why things were done the way they were, and it's really hard to come out of this book not feeling a little bit cynical about where we are and where we've been. I believe the book was published in 2012 or so, so it's pretty contemporary, and there's not a lot of great finance books that have been written post 2008 financial crisis, Great Recession, whatever you want to call it. So it's kind of neat in that the views espoused here are pretty up to date, and even some of the sort of predictions or things that he's talking about near the end of the book in 2012, are even more interesting now that some of that stuff is played out a little bit further. So if you're looking for a history lesson in kind of corporate finance in America and why it's arguably not as good as it should be, the Great Deformation is definitely a great place to get an all-in-one overview of that. So, I certainly recommend it. That said, it is a long read, and I'm kind of an optimist in the first place, so after reading about 500 or 600 pages of, it's basically just a never-ending rant, it does kind of get a little bit stale, a little bit tiring. It's super interesting. It's just a lot of pessimism, as you can imagine. That said, it's totally valid. It's all fact-based. You could maybe accuse Stockman of being a little bit revisionist here and there, but for the most part, he does a good job sticking to the facts, despite the often colorful language that peppers the book. So, if you're kind of curious about central banking and corporate finance and the rules of Wall Street and lobbies and, and especially how that is in stark contrast to the pre-Bretton Woods, gold standard sound money policies of the early 20th century, The Great Deformation is certainly a book that you'll find interesting. And there's a lot of information in here, and it's very factual based. So you will certainly learn a lot. That said, if you're looking for a how-to investing, whatever, this is probably not the right book for you. It's not that actionable. Really informative, and could certainly help you round out your macro economic thoughts and kind of help you understand sort of some of the undercurrents and underpinnings that our financial system relies upon. But if you're looking for a how to pick stocks or how to trade stocks or how to make an investment decision, this would not be the book for you. But it is certainly a great review and summary and criticism, basically, of Western finance in the last 30 years or so. So for those reasons, I encourage you to check out The Great Deformation by David Stockman, if that kind of stuff sounds interesting to you. Of course, I can't sum up a whole 700-page book in a 5-minute book review. So if you're looking for more information, I encourage you to hit the link below this video. You can click through to stockideas.org and read a little bit more about it in depth. Click through to Amazon, see the reviews there, and figure out if this is the right book for you. So thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe for more book reviews, and don't forget to visit stockideas.org. Thanks.